I like the aspect of that I can be an income myself.
Yeah.
So I am a working income.
Yeah.
So is everyone who is
Yeah.
listening to
Yeah.
us. That having that mindset that
Yeah.
yourself, you're already an income.
Yeah.
And then you have brought in another interesting aspect of passive income.
Yeah.
And even before we get into helping us, because I wanted to help us understand what is passive income.
Yeah.
The language that is always with each and every one of us is hustle. You know, that
Side
hustle, that
yeah.
side hustle that you do after work, you know. Like when I was in the corporate space, you know, that is the thing that was always running in us. Like even myself, I had something that I was doing after 5 as a side hustle. And after interacting with many people, listening to many people, even people that we coach, you know, we always hearing somebody coming to me and asking, what side hustle can I do?
Yeah.
So Beth, I want you to help us understand what is the difference between a side hustle and a passive income. Does it mean that my side hustle that I do is my passive income? Because I'm kinda lost in between there.
Yeah.
So help us understand and unpack that so that we can all get clarity into that.
Yeah. And I'll start by defining a side hustle. And let me just put this example. Assuming you are a teacher, you go to work from 8 to 5. And once you've finished the teaching, now you go out of the school compound. And probably you have a shop just outside the school, or maybe somewhere else. You have a boutique, you have something that you're doing, or maybe you even keep cows and something like that. So anything that you do after job, that's a side hustle. If it is engaging you, like you have to be there for you to earn. Okay, but when I'm talking about a passive income, it is money that is coming to your pocket without you working. So even if you sleep today and you wake up by the end of the month, the money will still come. Okay, so we are looking as a teacher, for example, you have a job that you have, that's the salary. If there is something else that comes to your pocket without you being engaged, and that can be in terms of dividends. Teachers, for example, if you are a mwalimu, you have Mwalimu Sacco, for example, and you get those dividends by the end of the year. If you've done maybe shares, you've invested shares, those dividends that will come at the end of the year. So if, for example, you've invested, let's say 1 million, you might be expecting something around 110,000 per annum. So we are looking at that money will come. Whether you sleep, whether you don't, that money will come by the end of the year. We are also looking at another person who has invested in T-bills, and there's that coupon that comes after every 6 months. So for example, if you've done, so maybe in January, in June and December, or maybe Feb and July or something like that. So you're expecting after every 6 months there's that coupon that comes. So even if you sleep, even if you don't go to work, that coupon is still going to come to your account by the end of the 6 months. So there are other people who have invested in cash and cash-like assets. For example, you have invested in a company that gives you return on investment per month. So if, for example, you've invested, let's say 500,000, there's that money that comes to your account every single month, even if you don't work. So that is passive income. But when you're looking at a side hustle, is where, for example, you are a makeup artist. Yeah, you have that job, yes, 8 to 5, but then maybe on Saturdays you can do people makeup. That's a side hustle. So that, for you to earn that money, you will have to physically be there for a side hustle. Yeah, so we are looking at this passive income now as that money that now you will. How do you now get passive income? That money that you'll sleep and get that by the end of by the end of the month. There must be something that you've put. And one of them is like you have put effort to take a recording of, for example, a video and explain it to people. How do you do a makeup? How do you draw your eyebrows? How do you, do that makeup? And then you post it on something like on YouTube. So as people are coming, even new people who want to start learning that skill, they are going to be watching, they are going to be viewing, and you'll be paid by YouTube for that. We are looking at another passive income. For example, if you are doing photography and videography, you have recorded that video very clearly and people want to learn those skills, and then you have posted it on YouTube. When I was doing my master's, there was one guy who was teaching us business statistics. So he would record his YouTube, our class, and then would post it on YouTube. So during exams, all the students would view that video. Of course, you have to view because that is the lesson that he taught in class. So he has given you a link. You go. Even if you didn't attend the lesson, you will have to go and view. That's a way of him earning more money. Yes, he's a professor, 8 to 5 or whatever time, but he also earns passive income by him having that video on YouTube. So, so that's another way.